The first center that I dealt and the second and third are very important. But these higher centers are playing a very vital role in our being. The one which is the heart center is looking after the security of God's children. When a person sees something horrible, this center starts pulsating fast. Till the age of 12 years, the sternum bone, which is placed in the ribs here, as you know, creates antibodies to fight any invasion within, whether mental, emotional, or physical. These antibodies get distributed till the age of 12 years throughout your body. And when this sternum gets the message, it starts shaking and it communicates through no nerves or arteries or veins, any connection known so far to these antibodies that they should all fight. That's why this is a very important center within us. If a lady is an insecure woman, if she feels insecure, then this center is always in a pulsating mode. And that's how it makes all the antibodies very tired, because they're all the time in a state of emergency. Now, when these antibodies are tired, they become absolutely numbed down and they cannot find any strength to fight any aggression. Now, in everyday life also, if some lady, as I told you, is nervous and she has problem and she's always afraid, then what happens that this system start exerting itself too much, ultimately it gets sick and she can develop a disease called the breast cancer. This breast cancer is very common nowadays among women in the West, because the motherhood of the lady is challenged. This center is bestowed upon by the deity of Mother of the Universe. And when the lady finds that her motherhood is challenged, then she starts feeling very nervous. This center goes into overactivity, and then she developed this cancer of the breast, troubles of the breast, all kinds of such troubles, because the antibodies have become now very weak. On the left-hand side of this center is the center what we call as the left heart center. But beyond that is residing the spirit in your heart, in the organ, separated from everyone. People have all kinds of fears these days. It's a very abnormal situation. They don't have any joy, only fear. They live with fear. They were telling me there's a person who cannot give out in the space, there's fear of even breathing bad oxygen, then they have fear of germ touching them and all those things. They have lost confidence in life. By awakening of the center within you, you become absolutely a normal person. You have no fears. Because nothing that is wrong can attack you. You are well prepared for it. There's a strength within you which really makes you very confident. That's why this center is very important for us to know that this center gives us that strength, that confidence. To get this center awakened, you have to do nothing. The Kundalini herself rises. And if you have any problem in that center, she comes back, again she rises with a greater force and hits there. Opens it up and awakens the deity of that center so that you feel very confident. Today, if you see Dr. Boren so confident, I must tell you he was not. He was quite diffident. He thought you all are going to beat him when he tell you all these things. But today he's a changed man. Now we have on the right hand side of this is another part of the center which we call as right heart. This center is the father's center and the left heart is the mother's center. So if your fatherhood is challenged in any way, or also husband-wives, we can say like that. If a husband is not loyal to his wife and is playing tricks with her, he gets this into trouble. But physically, he feels it very much because he gets asthma from it. Asthma one develops. But this is more a center of the father. If the fatherhood of the person is not all right, for example, if a girl has lost her father and she has never seen him, she might develop asthma. If the grandfather had the asthma, the grandchild might develop the asthma. It comes from the father's side. Anybody who has asthma problem should know that there's something wrong in the fatherhood side. Maybe the father is sick and you are worried. Maybe you are a good father, but the son is not all right, so you are suffering. Anything like that, you see, could be responsible for this asthma. But if the deity here is awakened, you can be all right and you can get rid of your asthma quite all right. On the left-hand side is the center of your mother. If the mother has died very early, such a person is a nervous person, and such a person also doesn't trust anyone. He can become secretive by nature, sulking type. He may not open his heart to anyone because he doesn't trust anyone. Some people who have no mother, whom they have not known, can become extremely cautious by nature because they think they have to look after themselves. Extremely cautious. But with Sahaja Yoga, you can awaken this center and you become a complete personality without any fear, without any nervousness, and without any malice to your parents. Actually, after Sahaja Yoga, I found many people who have just forgotten their parents, had been very angry with their parents, given them up, could not forgive them, went back to their parents. We had a French girl in England who had not seen her mother for 18 years. And the mother was alone, a widow lady. But after the realization, she has a tremendous feeling. She went back and looked after her mother and also started doing Sahaja Yoga there. It's a very, very common thing that you start expanding your heart to others. You start loving other people. You start understanding them. I know of a man in America, I gave him realization, and he said, most surprising, I went to the race this time. I said, this would be the last I go to the race. And there I find my uncle, and I wished him, and he was amazed. He started looking at me because I had not wished him all these years at all. He just started, he was quite amazed at my attitude, and now he has become a great friend of mine.